Okay, merging and splitting cells. For those of you who've used Excel, you probably spotted this merge and center button over here. Maybe you've used it. Basically, I want to show you what it does in a very, very simple application for it, but I also want to show you a bit of an insight into some of the spreadsheets I make, which I don't normally go into share these kind of secrets, but I'll show you one today. This merge and center. What it does is it basically just merges two cells together. So if you've got a situation like this where you've got your first name and the surname and you've got a phone number or something else in there in some kind of list, if you wanted to merge these two, instead of saying first name and surname, just to say name, for example, you can actually click merge. Now, when I do that, it's just going to warn me that it's only going to keep the upper left value, which is okay. And then you can type in here name. So you've got one cell effectively for the two columns. Now, that's just a very silly example. I'm sure you can think of better applications when that would be necessary. However, what I want to show you is one kind of go extreme. So that's one extreme, you're just putting two cells together. Sometimes you might want something, for example, you may want a value and you may want a little arrow or saying up or down, whatever that you want to put into the other cell, but just combine the two headers, whatever the situation might be. But here's a more extreme version. And what I often do on my reporting tabs, when I've got all the data being entered in the data entry tabs, and I've got a tab which is completely automated, so i.e. everything's been formulated, so it's completely automated. As soon as you click on that tab, it's all updated and there's no data entry. What I often do is I'll make very, very narrow columns like that. And then I'll merge and I'll actually design the whole page around those kind of grids. The reason why I do that is because when you've got data entry, you need the columns, and it makes sense to have the columns the right width to put the data in, that's all fine. But when you're actually showing information and it's not necessarily in table form, you want to be able to maneuver that anywhere. So what I've got here is I've actually got a formula which just brings that name across here. That's all it does. But imagine now if I had one wide column and I wanted to move that name slightly to the right or slightly to the left or up or down, it becomes difficult when you've got set columns in place. The other thing is I might want to put something else at the top here where I put a name like that, and maybe I put another figure over here, and maybe I put another figure there, whatever the case might be. So I want to have that flexibility to be able to design my report on the report page. And I don't want this to be one column and then I've got this one big wide kind of header or whatever at the top. I want three different ones. The other advantage is I can then come here once I've made these and it's on a grid, I can just come here and drag that anywhere I want it. Oh, I can drag it to where I want to put it, left, right, up, down, whatever the case might be. And it makes designing a reporting page much, much, much simpler. Now, I wouldn't necessarily do this for columns when I'm entering data, but for reporting, it's excellent. So I hope that helps you. And yeah, use your imagination, go wild. Thank you.